Hello, dear friends. This is the sequel to intro video 1. Before getting into the main topic of the video, let's get a quick look at some ideas about artificial gravity systems. These are ideas that are very large, comfortable and really grandiose. Whether traveling or working on these systems is comfortable and enjoyable. However, in order to make systems of such grand scale, huge investments are needed, although the cost to send 1 kilogram into space today is significantly cheaper. Only from 3,000 to 4,000 United States dollars. But the cost for research and experimentation is much higher than that per kilogram. So, wanna build a system like one of the ideas in the video? It will take several $100 billion. Such a system would be very valuable in the tourist trade business. But not really suitable for scientific research. Only private companies really need such projects. But the problem is that there is not a company in the world today that can afford to invest in such a system. Even billionaire Elon Musk can't afford to do it. Since such systems do not meet political needs, scientific research is of practical use. So no country will do this. Even the cooperation of many countries. In fact, billionaire Elon Musk also has an extremely simple and easy to implement idea. It is using a cable to connect 2 Starship ships into an artificial gravity system. However, it also presents problems, because this is not the main topic of the video. So we'll analyze and compare Mr. Elon Musk's idea with the idea of the new system at the end of the video. In the future, of course, in the next 20 years, systems of the scale as outlined in this video will be built in space. However, in the meantime those systems are implemented. We also still need small-scale artificial gravity systems, with low investment cost. Therefore, this idea can be considered as a situational solution. Because this new idea is very simple compared to other scale systems. That's why it's easy to make. Again, easy to deploy in space without requiring complex techniques or technologies. And it is worth considering that it has a relatively low cost. The cost incurred for this application alone is only a few tens of millions of dollars. With such a cost, it is completely commensurate with the needs and benefits of actual use. After referencing the videos related to this new style system, you will notice its very simplicity. Hopefully this new type of system will be viable in the next few years. We hope you will give us your feedback to improve this system. Thank you. Now we refer to the main topic of this video. Part 1. General structure of the system. The system consists of 3 modules and additional components. To keep the video short, this section only summarizes the key details. The system includes Module 1. It can be considered that Module 1 has the same technical and application properties as other existing modules of the space station today. However, to perform technical function and use an artificial gravity system, it is integrated with an additional 10 doors. And a circular shaft tube 2. For easy distinction, also known as Module 1 is Intermediate Space 1. Intermediate Compartment 1 is fixed to the space station. Includes Module 2, is a round flat disc 3, with a ball bearing in the middle. Bearing located outside the shaft tube 2. On disc 3 is mounted 1 or 2 manipulators 4. Module 2 operates independently of other components. There is Module 3, includes round flat disc 5, with ball bearing in the middle. Bearing located outside the shaft tube 2. There are 2 assemblies of flexible cable 6, 2 gravity cavities 7, and 4 subcompartments 8. Link of Module 3, on disc 5, 2 cable assemblies are symmetrically mounted 6. 2 assemblies cable 6 connects to 2 gravity compartments 7. On cable assemblies 6 there are attached auxiliary compartments 8. Some factors to keep in mind. Gravity Chamber 7 is a hollow cylindrical module a few hundred cubic meters in size. Similar to a large room divided into many small rooms. There are windows, living room, bedroom and toilet. A place where astronauts live, work or rest. In Gravity Compartment 7 will always be maintained a defined artificial G-force. Each Gravity Compartment 7 has a door 12 but not described in the model. Each Gravity Compartment 7 has rocket engines to perform the necessary functions. In the model only a small rocket is represented in the description of the system implementation. Subcompartment 8. It resembles a small cylindrical room with a volume of about 2 cubic meters. This is where the astronauts from Intermediate Compartment 1 enter to move through Gravity Compartment 7. Or vice versa. Subcompartment 8 also has a door 11 but not described in the model. The two subcavities 8 are components of the device that has the function of moving people back and forth between the Intermediate Compartment 1 and the Gravity Compartment 7. Here only the symbolic description of this device through the movement of the two subcompartments 8. Doors 10 of Intermediate Compartment 1, Door 11 of Auxiliary Compartment 8 and Door 12 of Gravity Compartment 7 are technically compatible with each other. In the model described, each cluster of 6 cables consists of 4 fibers. But in reality, it's up to the design. Can use 1, 2, 4 or more cables and each cable assembly 6 on each side. Module 3 is separate and works independently of other modules. In addition, to perform the necessary functions, Module 3 has a number of other components that are not described in the model. Estimated manufacturing technology. Craft all components of the system on the ground. Then stack all the components of a complete system into one capacity. The stowing of the system into the compartment has a mechanism to facilitate the deployment of the system in space. The capsule is inserted into a space rocket. The rocket will put the container into orbit. The capsule will be separated from the rocket once in orbit. The capsule has the ability to move, and has a mechanism to approach the space station. Then proceed to docking the capsule to the space station. The mechanism of docking the capsule is similar to connecting other modules to the space station. After docking the capsule with the space station, from the space station, conduct control to deploy the system. The implementation mechanism is symbolically described by the following simple model. Each small rocket of each Gravity Compartment 7 will be activated. 2 rockets will slowly pull the 2 Gravity Compartments 7 and related details to the sides. This pull will be very slow and have a symmetrical effect on Disk 5. After the 2 rockets have pulled the 2 gravity compartments almost all the horizontal distance, they will slowly pull the 2 gravity chambers 7 in the appropriate directions. The impact of the 2 rockets will cause the 2 gravity chambers 7 to gradually increase in speed and the same Disk 5 to rotate around the shaft tube 2. After the 2 rockets have pulled the 2 gravity chambers 7 rotate at a specified rotational speed will stop working. Note that all physical effects apply symmetry. After the 2 gravity chambers 7 have rotated symmetrically about axis 2 at a specified rotational speed, then the radial acceleration force will stretch the 2 cable assemblies 6. The 2 gravity chambers 7 will continue to rotate by inertia. After Module 3 has reached stable operating state, the ball bearings of Disk 5 will be controlled to rotate around but not come into direct contact with the shaft tube 2 of Module 1. Basic technical properties. Depending on the time of performing the function, the Module 2 is stationary or rotating. During operation, the ball bearing of Disk 3 will also be controlled to not contact the shaft directly with the shaft tube 2 of Module 1. Because the environment in orbit has a very thin air density, causing very little resistance to the rotation of the 2 gravity chambers 7 and other details. Therefore, it is only necessary to maintain a very small impact force continuously to be able to maintain the constant rotational speed of the 2 gravity chambers 7. Note, in case of need, Modules 2 and 3 can be temporarily detached from Modules 1 permanently connected to the space station. The following is a symbolic description of the mechanism for transporting people from space station to Gravity Chambers 7, or vice versa. The moving mechanism is carried out by a device suitable for this function. However, this device and its operating mechanism are quite complicated. Keep the description not wordy. Here only a symbolic description of the movement mechanism of this device. This device will be described in detail in the following videos. This video briefly describes the movement of people from Medial Compartment 1 to Gravity Compartment 7. Assume that the space station and Gravity Compartment 1 are at rest, while the gravity system is orbiting the space station once a minute. At this time, Intermediate Chamber 1 and Module 2 are both stationary, and Door 11 of an Auxiliary Compartment 8 is connecting to Door 10 of Intermediate Compartment 1. Step 1. People from Intermediate Compartment 1 move through 2 open doors 10 and 11 to enter subcavity 8. Then close 2 doors 10 and 11. Step 2. Manipulator 4 of Module 2 will separate subchamber 8 from Intermediate Compartment 1 and stop at position 2. Then Module 2 will increase the rotation speed to reach 1 revolution 1 minute. That is, the rotation speed is equivalent to Module 3. Step 3, Manipulator 4 will connect compartment 8 to a specified position of the movable device. After the connection is complete, the moving device will move the subchamber 8 containing the moving person towards the gravity compartment 7. At the same time, the subchamber 8 and the pair of the device will move in the opposite direction. Note that the reason the two subcavities of 8 in a pair move in opposite directions is that the kinetic energy exchange mechanism is applied. After the device has brought subchamber 8 containing people to the specified location, we'll proceed to connect subcavity 8 with gravity compartment 7. When the connection is complete, door 11 of subcavity 8 and door 12 of gravity compartment 7 open. Person from subcavity 8 will move into gravity compartment 7. Movement of person from intermediate compartment 1 to gravity compartment 7 is complete. If the person moves from gravity compartment 7 to intermediate compartment 1, then proceed in reverse. Note that, reason 2 subcavities 8 in a pair. A subcavity containing people and a hollow 8 compartment moving in opposite directions is applying the kinetic energy exchange mechanism. The application of this mechanism helps to consume very little electrical energy. At the same time, it helps maintain the balance of the gravity system as well as the space station. However, because the operating element of this moving device is quite complicated, we will not analyze it in detail here. In all cases, the necessary mechanisms will be applied to maintain the balanced and stable operation of the modules, as well as of the space station in all cases. The above section has described the structure, implementation and operation of the new type of artificial gravity system. In the introduction video, Part 3 will give a brief comment on the applicability of this new system. Dear friends, the author has referenced ideas about existing artificial gravity systems, and found that this idea did not coincide in technical nature with existing ideas. Therefore, the idea of this new type of artificial gravity system belongs to the intellectual property of the author of this video, My Lam. The author wishes to donate a free form of transfer of this idea to Mr. Elon Reeve Musk. The author is looking to contact billionaire Elon Reeve Musk to do this. The author considers this behavior as support for Mr. Musk's Mars colonization program, as well as contributing to mankind's efforts to conquer the universe. Note, in these introductory videos, the author takes the space station as an example to introduce the construction, deployment and operating mechanism of this system. In fact, if demand requires, this system will have structural compatibility variations. As described briefly in this video, the system can then be fully integrated into the Starship spacecraft. It can travel as a compatible companion with the Starship spacecraft on trips to Mars. In case of need, it can detach the Starship spacecraft in the short or long term. Because it can operate independently, so it can connect to Starship spacecraft, space station or hotel modules in orbit when needed flexibly. To achieve this, of course, it will have appropriate designs in the connection mechanism to flexibly apply to arising needs. In addition, the author wants to give away the idea of this new type of artificial gravity system for free to Mr. Elon Reeve Musk. The author also wants to cooperate with Mr. Elon Musk to commercialize some new solutions in energy and transportation with a commercial value of many billions of dollars. Dear friends, if conditions permit, hope you share this video with Mr. Elon Reeve Musk. If you help me get in touch with Mr. Elon Musk so that I can have the opportunity to commercialize new technology solutions that can be worth billions of dollars. When I have a chance to become a millionaire, you will also become a millionaire. This is my chance, and yours too, if you will. Thank you. Here is the subsection, Comprehensive Comprehension of one of the concept of the automatic gravity system of Tufu Elon Musk with this video author's ideas. In some forums, billionaire Elon Musk briefly talked about some ideas about the artificial gravity system, but no official information is given. However, according to some sources and videos, there is information for that. In an idea of Mr. Elon Musk, he intended to wire two Starship spacecraft together and spin them around to create artificial gravity. The author has no official information about Mr. Elon Musk's idea. and temporarily call the artificial gravity system according to this idea of Mr. Elon Musk as the Musk system. The system according to the author's idea is the new system, because there is only information about the element connecting the two starships by the cable of the Musk system. Therefore, the author only bases on this factor to make a subjective comparison. Weight comparison. If built, 2 gravity compartments of the new system is quite monumental. With enough rooms for 1 or 2 dozen people, it is estimated that it only weighs no more than 20 tons. Temporarily assuming that the weight of cables needed to connect 2 gravity compartments 7 accounts for about 20% of the whole system, and need about 4 tons. The Musk system also connects the 2 starships by cable. According to some articles on Google, the empty weight of a starship weighs nearly 200 tons. But Tam thinks that the empty weight of each starship ship weighs only 100 tons. And 2 starship ships are 200 tons, with the ratio of cables required to connect the 2 starships of 20%. A cable weight of 40 tons will be required. Of course, the number of cables needed for these systems depends on many factors. And the space of 2 starship ships is enough for hundreds of people. That is, the ability to provide artificial gravity of the Musk system is many times greater than that of the new system. However, the need to serve artificial weights to hundreds of people in space at the same time is not very practical. Some other factors need to be satisfied, such as bringing people and goods into or out of the system, ability to maintain stable operation, ability to change altitude, direction of movement, change speed, attached to the system of rescue modules and transport ships. With the new system, the above-mentioned essentials have been satisfied. Of course, with the talent and creativity of Mr. Elon Musk, the new system will be perfect for performing the necessary functions mentioned above. However, integrating additional devices for those functions will add to the cost. The higher the level of cost, the lower the ability to invest in the application of the system in practice. It can be said that the decisive application value of the new system is that it has an acceptable implementation cost. Further inference. If calculated according to the Musk system, particularly the weight of the cable used for the Musk system is 40 tons, is enough to build 2 complete new systems. If so, use the new system that integrates flexibly with the Starship spacecraft as simply described below. Like that, only with the investment for the cable in Elon Musk's idea only. There will also be 2 starships with 2 gravity systems included. The Starship can connect to, or detach from, the new system at any time when it needs to be used for other purposes. Thus, it will help Starship to perform well the function of the spaceship moving flexibly. Can again function as a hotel in orbit. Passengers on Starship can enjoy the feeling of zero gravity or gravity whenever the need arises. That way visitors on Starship can have a really enjoyable time traveling. In general, with the talent, effort and existing conditions of billionaire Elon Musk, the conquest of space for commercial purposes and the sending of people to Mars will inevitably succeed. However, if he flexibly utilizes existing technologies and applies some new technical and technological solutions, the possibility of commercial exploitation of space tourism will be more favorable, as well as the time to conquer Mars will come sooner. Next time, the author will post some more videos discussing this topic in more detail, such as Elon Musk's success in reusing space rocket modules has created a new breakthrough in the field of space conquest. However, it is still possible to further improve the recirculation mechanism of the rocket modules in recovery, helps further reduce costs in fabrication and reuse, and further reduce the amount of fuel needed for each landing. The Starship's vertical landing on the landing pad is quite consistent on Earth. It was landing on a pre-prepared landing pad. But what if the Starship landed the way it is now on a foreign land? When there is no exact information about where to land, there could be a lot of potential risks. However, also with the vertical landing mechanism, but with a more appropriate form of landing will better respond to the conditions of landing on unfamiliar lands. In addition, it also creates better adaptability in some other abnormal states. Dear friends, in addition, the author wants to give away the idea of this new type of artificial gravity system to Mr. Elon Reeve Musk for free. The author also wants to suggest to Mr. Musk how to apply more flexibly some existing space technology techniques, or apply objective physical factors to the operation of spaceships. There is an objective scientific basis to believe in the flexible application of these suggestions. Not only does it favor him in the commercial space tourism, but it can also help him shorten the time to complete the conquest of Mars by decades. At the same time, it also makes the journey and colonization of Mars safer.